INFJs. Ways to turn off your inner critic. Hello, INFJs. Today, we're going to dive deep into a topic that hits close to home for so many of us, the relentless inner critic. If you've ever felt like there's a voice in your head that's constantly judging, doubting, or second-guessing everything you do, you're not alone. As an INFJ, your inner world is rich, intricate, and deeply reflective, but it can also be where your harshest critic resides. Today, we'll explore what fuels your inner critic, why it's so persistent, and most importantly, how to turn it down. Together, we'll unravel 14 actionable steps to thrive in life, aligning with your INFJ strengths rather than letting that critical voice hold you back. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll not only understand your inner critic better but also have the tools to silence it and unlock your full potential. Let's get started. As an INFJ, your dominant cognitive function is introverted intuition, NI, paired with extroverted feeling, FE. This combination makes you deeply introspective and empathetic. However, it also means you're constantly analyzing yourself and the world around you, striving to live up to high ideals. This perfectionistic tendency can give rise to an overly critical inner voice. INFJ inner critics often sound like this: you're not doing enough. You're not living up to your potential. You're letting others down. These thoughts stem from your deep desire to make a meaningful impact, but when left unchecked, they can spiral into self-doubt and paralysis. Your empathy allows you to connect with others on a profound level, but it also makes you highly attuned to criticism, both real and perceived. This sensitivity can amplify your inner critic, as you're constantly replaying interactions and wondering if you could have done better. Picture this: you've just finished a conversation where you offered heartfelt advice to a friend. Instead of feeling good about helping, your inner critic kicks in. Did I talk too much? Did I really help them? Maybe I should have said something different. Sound familiar? The inner critic can drain your emotional energy, leaving you feeling exhausted and stuck in a cycle of overthinking. This often leads to burnout, a common experience for INFJs who are juggling their own expectations along with the needs of others. Your inner critic thrives on overthinking, making it difficult to take action. You might find yourself stuck in a loop of weighing every possible outcome, fearing failure, or doubting your abilities. You've been meaning to start a blog to share your insights, but your inner critic whispers, what if no one reads it? What if it's not good enough? Weeks go by, and the blog remains an idea instead of a reality. The inner critic doesn't just affect how you see yourself, it also impacts your relationships. You may become overly self-conscious, withdraw from others, or struggle to express your needs, fearing judgment or rejection. Here are ways to turn off the inner critic. The first step to quieting your inner critic is recognizing when it's speaking. Pay attention to negative self-talk and try to separate it from your true thoughts. Acknowledge it for what it is, a learned behavior, not an absolute truth. Keep a journal for a week and jot down instances where your inner critic shows up. What triggered it? What did it say? This awareness is the foundation for change. Challenge the critic. Once you've identified the inner critic, challenge its assumptions. Ask yourself, is this thought based on facts or feelings? Would I say this to a friend? What evidence contradicts this thought? If your inner critic says, you'll never be good enough to get that promotion, counter it with facts. I've consistently met my goals at work, and my manager values my contributions. Replace criticism with compassion. Replace harsh self-talk with affirmations rooted in self-compassion. Remind yourself that you're doing your best and that mistakes are part of growth. I am a work in progress, and that's okay. Every step I take is meaningful. As an INFJ, you're prone to absorbing others' emotions and criticisms. Set boundaries to protect your energy and focus on your own needs. Learn to say no when you're feeling overwhelmed. It's not selfish, it's self-care. Perfectionism fuels the inner critic, but the truth is, perfection isn't attainable. Embrace your imperfections as part of what makes you unique. Create something without worrying about the outcome. Paint, write, or try a new hobby just for the joy of it. Let go of the need for it to be perfect. Mindfulness helps you stay present and aware, making it easier to recognize and quiet the inner critic. Meditation or deep breathing exercises can be especially helpful. Spend 5 minutes a day focusing on your breath. When negative thoughts arise, acknowledge them and let them pass without judgment. Shift your perspective by reframing negative thoughts into positive or neutral ones. Instead of thinking, I failed, try, I learned something valuable. Remind yourself of what you're good at. Make a list of your strengths and achievements to counteract feelings of inadequacy. Spend time with people who uplift and support you. Limit exposure to negativity, whether it's from relationships, media, or your own thoughts. Therapists or coaches can provide valuable tools and perspectives to help you manage your inner critic effectively. Creative outlets like writing, art, or music allow you to channel emotions and quiet your inner critic. Acknowledge and celebrate your wins, no matter how small. This builds confidence and reinforces positive self-talk. At the end of each day, write down one thing you're proud of. Over time, you'll build a list of achievements. View challenges as opportunities to grow rather than as failures. Embrace learning as a lifelong journey. Focus on what you're grateful for to shift your mindset from self-criticism to appreciation. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. This simple practice can rewire your brain for positivity. Turning off the inner critic is not about silencing it completely, it's about learning to coexist with it in a way that empowers rather than hinders you. As an INFJ, you have so much to offer the world, and your unique perspective is your superpower. Remember, growth is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself, practice self-compassion, and celebrate every step forward. You have the strength to turn down the volume on your inner critic and thrive in life. If this video resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content tailored to INFJs. And as always, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. How do you manage your inner critic? Stay safe, and see you in the next one.